Let's get that recording started so we can jump right into it and finish around Reborn finally. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the Antecedent. Oh, you bet. I think last stream, Moon Brita died, but we managed to kill an Ascian. Like, legit kill an Ascian. So, that's something that happened. That's all I really remember, though. I, don't know, I walked in there, and I thought it was, like, a really tall dude. And I'm like, oh, they're on the mount in here. They're in the chocobo. Alright.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
What was that pan for? Jeez. I mean, we still have the traitor in the midst to deal with, but... I've bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphinaud. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. A Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Kurthis. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slafborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for odds that might wing its way over our walls. Only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tatar accompany you? She has a talent for administration, and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. She's good with paperwork, is that what you're trying to say? We're rather close to Kurthis, aren't we? We best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Syphuin. I have 101 things to discuss with Slafborn. Why 101 specifically? Am I missing something? I don't know if it's 101, but... Oh well, we'll see when we get there, I guess. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kurthis, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is, of course, free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Yeah, let's just say I don't particularly think that our endeavors to persuade the other nations is going to go well, because they literally turned their back on Eorzea, and they want Eorzea to just jump on their whim. That's not really gonna happen, and I kind of understand why. Volunteer for my services in defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. Twice to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventurer in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an icy wall. Oh, so you were a refugee from Kurthis, then. Or you were, I should say. So my blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watched like a bloody hawk he did. So I'll put up with I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. Are we really offering a reward? So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Honestly, dude, I put your contract first hand because your reputation for keeping your contracts will probably be important for later down the road. Just saying. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay away from Ishgard. Oh, what's up? Tell me some more news. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess. That ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind to the scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wildred was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have ye? God damn it. I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. That ain't all. Around the time Wildred stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more in a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. First thing binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew, Wildred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and this is what just between you and me, mind, is the fact that the lad wanted to tell me something about something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers, something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. There's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wildred. Any road, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Syphuin. I am not so good with the ye old talk. Ugh. Which is why I really don't like reading Urianje's dialogue out loud. There you are, Syphuin. So, did you sway any hearts? Not particularly. 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slaffborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I had to say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Oh, I've been so caught up on with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you on the royal promenade. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce that. No, me. Knowing how this game likes to use fancy wording and all that, I seriously doubt it. Somebody... Oh. You just used me to turn into a DPS. I figured it was a blue mage. The thing about blue mages, to change their role, they have to target somebody of that role. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I'd hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time. But it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within. Let's join them, shall we? Yeah, I don't think this talk's gonna go all too well.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
I honestly get both sides of that. I understand why Alphinaud's kind of like ticked off about it. Because honestly, it just feels like we're getting used, which is honestly the case. For all what's happening, and understand why they are not too keen on sending like huge forces to Ishgard to help with the defense of it. Because for one, the threat of the Empire is still very far looming. And they have to deal with the damn beast tribes threatening to summon their primal gods to... Yeah, they just gotta deal with that too. They're not in good states to send things, but I understand why Alphinaud will be a little more ticked off about it. But at the same time, Ishgard's kind of using us as well, so... I don't know. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Haurchefant and Ser Aymeric to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Ilberd, what news? Then the assault has begun? We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will invite you as soon as I am able. Syphuin would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marcelian at the Gates of Judgment. He will direct you to where you are most needed. May the gods grant us victory. Alright. Oh, seems like shit hit the fan sooner than expected. So let us get moving. Oh yeah, there is a Moogle event going on right now. But I don't think I'm going to participate with Syphuin. The only real benefit is the mounts and stuff, so it's not really anything I want right now. I'll probably end up doing like endgame grinding, like glam grinding. When I get a little bit later in this story, I'm still like in the basic game right now. You are the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent. Then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the central highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. Okay. Oh. Now I feel like a real mercenary now. How far are you gonna fly out over here? It's a pretty decent way. I don't have to fly around that area. Let me go a little bit out of bounds for flying. Trust me, flying's gonna get a lot more open once we get to the newer areas. Alright. Once again, I forget to summon what the hell is Ruin for. Alright. I got, yeah, Carbuncle is out. Yeah, Ruin 4 did a shit ton of damage, is what it is. Or what it did. Oh god. AoE Central, man! Oh, that was it? Alright. We lost a lot more people than I thought we would have from that. A lot of allied bodies over there. There's a problem with this game. It doesn't. This is one issue I have with this one story beat is that you don't really get the scale of how big the Crystal Braves actually are. And all that, like, you don't know how many people are recruited, because from the little recruitment thing they did, sure as hell didn't look like that much. But apparently it's supposed to be like a lot more, or something like that. Ruby Ruin takes forever to cast. Oh, I just noticed Ruby Ruin 2. I guess it upgraded. And I reached level 60 or something. So there's got to be more than that. A lot more. Alright, so Ruin 4 is instantaneous. Deals unexpected damage to target and all enemies nearby it. Focus at 430 for the first enemy and 60% less for everybody else. Alright. So it's an AoE. Got it. It won't matter too much because I'm not planning on doing Summoner for that much longer. Oops, damn it, I hate when I do that. Push the stupid sprint button over the damn mountain. Shortcut I got. Ugh. I guess I could move the mount down in the bottom right corner. Wait, why do I have to teleport down there? Yeah. What? Yeah, why did I have teleport down here? That's stupid. Yeah, we'll just move it down there. So have a little bit more room between limit break and sprint. My mouse has been acting up lately, really annoyingly. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements decimated, you say? Travanian devils? Damn their scarily hides! Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Yeah, they didn't really fare that well. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the sea of clouds. The bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wars that form the barrier we call Danifin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice damned witch, Iceheart, stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Travanians succeed in destroying the remainder of their wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It will be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge, wherein the wards are sealed. All now rests on us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out onto the steps of faith and prepare to meet the horde. May the fury guide your blades. I was gonna say, am I gonna unlock it? No, I don't want to do that. Where's the steps of faith? Steps. Keeper of the lake. Is it a trial? Oh, no, that's not it. What the fuck? Oh, well, just fucking click that damn thing. There it is. It is a trial. It's like in the middle of all this shit. Alright. How long is this gonna take? 6 minutes. That's not too bad. Oh, I've noticed ever since they introduced data center travel that the queue times have not actually been too bad. Which is really good. And I've been seeing a lot of data center travel people as well join in, well, in Duty Finder. So either hanging out with their friends in different data centers or something. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt that this part is going to take quite a bit. And I think I remember this is the last trial of Around Reborn. The last MSQ trial, anyways. So, we're getting there. After this will just be a bunch of cutscenes. I think after this as well, the next quest, they force you to do Crystal Tower, if I remember correctly. It's either after this or a little bit after. What is going on? Frame rate was, well, it's not the frame rate, but it's getting some weird screen effects happening. Excuse me, jeez. So my goal is to finish this by finish the patches by the end of tonight. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I should be about halfway through Around Reborn stuff, so I don't think it's going to take too long. There is one cutscene, one particular event that is going to take quite a bit, though. It's gonna take like what, an hour and a half or something along those lines. Thankfully, I have enough time to deal with it. Since I didn't start at midnight. I was originally going to planning on doing this Sunday night after I got home from work, but I was like, nah, I'd rather do it a little bit earlier, plus I'll have more energy if I did it tonight. And I could do it tomorrow, but I'm on a time limit. Plus, the next day I gotta go to work early in the morning. Well, I say early in the morning, but I gotta go work in the morning is more like it. So it wouldn't help there either. And I do apologize for not streaming as much as well. The thing is, like, I've been busy with other things, mainly with Tona. Been busy doing stuff on Tona and getting mounts and all that. I joined a new link shell and have been doing stuff with them, along with some stuff with my free company that I made plans with to finally grind out the damn Stormblood mounts. And we took 5 hours, but we got all of them. I only needed 2, but the one was being a pain. And then we got those all knocked out, so now I only need the Shadowbringers mounts from the Extreme Trials. For Tona. And I already got one of them with my link shell. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to grind those out with my free company. I would love to, but it's not looking likely at all. As there's a lot more people in my FC that's are a little too busy IRL. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. But I found another group of people that are a little bit more active, so I can start hanging out with that. I'm not saying that I'm gonna be like outright like ditch them. No, that's not it at all. It's just like I want to do stuff, and we're not doing anything in the game. So it's just like I need to find another group that's a little bit more active and a bit more on the ball with events, planning stuff. Just planning stuff, honestly. And meeting the dates. But again, I've been planning stuff for my FC. It's just, it's going to be a big lull from here on out, unfortunately. With my FC, so it's just like... So, I don't know what I could do with that. And honestly, it's probably going to get worse starting next month. And I'll have to see where it goes from there. I'm hoping people are still on in the free company and stuff, but free companies die, and I've been in one already that died, so this will be the second time, and unfortunately, because free companies are not particularly the way to go with this game anymore. Maybe back then before Discord existed, but now this game pretty much only exists through Discord, or only functions through Discord now. There's just no doing things without Discord for this game, especially if you're trying to run older content. Need to join some link shell. Look for link shells that have like a Discord and try to get in with them into doing activities and all that. It's just your best bet. If you're looking to do it with free companies, there's a chance you'll get lucky and the free company has a Discord that has a bunch of members. It's pretty active. But I don't recommend joining the smaller, more laid back free company if you're looking to do stuff. Because chances are they're not going to particularly last long, at least in my experience. It's happened to me twice now. Alright. Alright, I was going to say the enemy disappeared. Let me zoom out the camera a bit. So, the thing about this particular trial, the main way you're going to be doing damage is through the cannons. Back here, when are you able to activate to use the cannons? Is it now? Oh, it is. Can I turn the camera, please? I only get one load from the cannon. Damn. Ow! That blew up in my face. Shit. Oh, you stepped on me, you asshole. God damn it. Yeah, so the thing about this fight is when he's when the the boss is walking like that mishap. How do you say it? Mishap? Is walking like that. They actually slow casting me. But yeah, try to stay away from the feats, because the feats, every time the dragon takes a step, it's an AoE. It's not visible, but it's an AoE. So you want to stay away from the feet as much as possible. Resummon Carbuncle. Oh, my the thing stayed up. Okay. I thought that would go away after I died, but apparently not. Oh, I need to use Lucid Dream shit. And I got stunned. Awesome. Don't step on me. Don't you dare step on me, you little piece of crap. You did it before. I want to fight Bertha. Bertha. Oh god. Oh god. Go, go, go. Get off of it! Ah! What do they do? Is it all the same thing? Wait, get off, Syphuin. Get off! Get off of it! Please! It hurts. I was really fickle about how that shit works. Right, so I didn't know about how you were able to use the cannons before. Not really recent. I wouldn't say it's a recent discovery. Get away from the cannons, you asshole! Oh, I got stunned. I got stunned. I got stunned. I got stunned. Put as much damage in as I can! But yeah, your main way of damaging Mishap here is going to be the cannons. Not saying, like I was saying earlier, not saying you can't completely do it without them. You can. It's possible. Just a little bit faster if you use the cannons. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I'm getting hit by that. Yeah. I don't like this trial, by the way. I don't know a lot of people that do, to be honest. This trial kind of sucks. Just finish him off, please. He's almost dead. Almost dead. My fire finished him off. Drag a Durgan down. Get Durgan down. Alright, so here's the thing about this. A little shortcut, if you will. So the normal exit point is all the way over here. If you push the duty shortcut on your keyboard, or just go to the duty thing down here, like open up Duty Finder, just click leave. You will not get penalized because the duty's already done. This little shortcut, especially for that one in particular, because the fucking exits portal is like all the way over there. And you don't get any treasure for doing this, by the way. The dragons! They're withdrawing! Victory is ours! One of Nidhogg's greatest champions slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of the Great Worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance. Ominous. All right. Oh, we did that. Syphuin! The dragons are rooted! Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but the Crystal Braves were not found wanting. Commander Levier, Syphuin, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray, let us meet anon, that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. The fact that you came out to see us afterwards is good enough. I mean, you're commanding like an entire legion of knights and all that. I too would offer my thanks, Syphuin. Through your deeds, we have achieved a victory of singular importance. The Javanian horde, thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally so significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Neastians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us great hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, will take a moment to savor the enormity of your achievement. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Uldal and reassign those braves whose squads suffered heavy heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Nymphaea in person. Back to the Toll I go! Although I gotta say, it is convenient to have a teleport point, like, right next to our headquarters, without having to use stupid... without having to use the, stupid, tokens or something. Do I even still have any of those? I have 2 of them. So, fun fact, apparently I never got rid of my Vesper Bay tokens on Tona, and I had like 27 of them stacked up. I don't know how, to be honest. So that was, kind of an experience. Like, oh, those are just sitting in my Chocobo saddlebag, just forgotten about. Syphuin, welcome back! Alphna sent word of the siege, and of course, of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Syphuin. Thank you. Quick song, I guess. You must be weary, Syphuin. And now may very well be your only chance to... Antecedent! Hi. A messenger from Ul'dah arrived with a missive for you. A royal seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Namo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ul'dah in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege. You for your valiant efforts as commander of the Adventurers contingent, and the Archons for the earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All 3 refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? But mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn Moonbrita, and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray, content yourself with the thought that such an occasion may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Tataru, if it would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions. Of course, Antecedent. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Curious, I've never known Tataru to sigh at such requests. Could aught be amiss? Are we on a filler quest? Please don't tell me we're on a filler quest. I remember... I think we are. God... I remember a filler quest with Tataru, but I don't remember, like... If it was this or next expansion or something. Tataru is conspicuous by her absence. What? Tataru, I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think on it, she did seem rather occupied. Yeah. I gotta be a nosy person. That was the... What do you call them? Damn it. A nosy body? It doesn't sound right. Somebody who sticks their nose in everybody's business or something. I can't remember what... the term for that is. Oh, Syphuin, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. That's why I should probably talk to Minthia before things get any worse. Ah, you always know what to say, Syphuin. I'm glad we had this little chat. Ow, my feet. Or my ankles, more like it. My ankles! Okay, that person's been sitting there that entire time. I don't know. I think me thinks them getting rid of the whole idol thing, kicking people off the game after amount of time, the idle time. Them getting rid of that limit is not really a good idea on the servers, because it's going to cause some stress on the servers. I think what they should have done is extend the time and not just completely get rid of it. But from what I hear, it'll be back coming next expansion. Next expansion's around the corner or something like that. Yes, Tataru, you have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject. What, with all the recent excitement? But Syphuin made me realize that there's no time like the present. And time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, antecedent. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventurers and the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hoary Builder and Cultinant have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. So it seemed only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself, and others. More importantly, when I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. Whoa! Hey! I said, whoa! Hey! That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. As aught befell with which I might help antecedent. Not at the present, thank you. Is there something you would ask of me? Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Very well, I shall consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, antecedent. I take my leave of you. That adventurer gonna be us? I feel like it's gonna be us. Oh, send me. Oh my god, there's 2 of them. Oops. Power to defend oneself. Tattoo has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Urianger mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanum. Perhaps she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa Laminsa. Yes, that will be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for safety. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Builder with a capable adventurer? I am sorry to say that I have yet been unable to do so. I realize that you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath a woman of your talents. But I have no one else to turn to at the present. Might you be willing to forego rest and assist in this matter? Generous to a fault. I thank you, Syphuin. Now it seems only fair that I explain the importance of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Ori Builder and Cultinan were to act as 2 such escorts, as was the 3rd adventurer. Alas, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. You are truly a pillar of strength, Syphuin. Hoary Builder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. Okay, so this is filler. Cool. It's not exactly what I was looking forward to, but whatever. Because I do remember the stupid Totterer one, and I also vaguely remember this one. Syphuin, is it true that you agreed to lend us a hand? Huzzah! What did I tell you, Cultinet? Our misfortune has become a blessing, an opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light herself. I'm going to remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route. True, but our mission is the same. Separated by moms, we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Syphuin would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He is waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Syphuin, in spirit. We shall be together every step of the way. Sure, dude. Alright, well, I guess I progressed through that one. So, might as well start that one, I think. It's like, Tataru is fine. There's nothing wrong going on there. Tataru will be fine. She can handle herself. At last, the Scions woman deigns to grace me with her presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isamhar. Come, we are late enough as it is. I'm a scholar too. All right. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. And please, stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Alright, standard guard duty. Of course, there's a one of them attacks and all that. Because why not? Ruin for your ass. I still don't know how to effectively do that. Or not do it, but use it. And your ass is grass. I see we have both completed our respective tasks. A satisfactory outcome. Though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, let's take multiple weights, shall we? Be one of those people. Very picky about how things get done. I'll just say that I am really, like, stuff like that irritates me. It's like, as long as it gets done, why the hell do you care? Like, as long as nobody gets hurt and it gets done, what the hell? Well, another thing is nobody's taking any risks. That stuff annoys me. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. Dang, I did it again. Alright. Let's do this like 15 times in a row. I really want to change my damn pet gland, but I don't remember how to do it. Stupid tree got in the way. Alright, that's done. Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise. I'm not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let's quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. Why did they highlight blasphemous? Huh. Why did they focus on that word specifically? Please don't tell me I have to go in the dungeon. As before, my guardian, please, pray lead me to my task and ensure our safety. Yeah. Seriously, I want to change you into Emerald. Emerald Carbuncle, specifically. Ruby! No, let's... Ruin 4. Ah! I shouldn't have done that. I might hit somebody else. God. Okay, well, kill it. This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantois while my back was turned? Quickly now to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reek of blood and offal. Ugh. Choose to paddle in the Ishgard a while longer, I take it. No matter. I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorze's ambient aether concentrations since the calamity. However, this data is far more conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. What are you gonna have me do now? For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fount. Stop it. The ambient aether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Really, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now come along. Stop it. Stop selecting the chat, please. I want to go to the next dialogue box, not the freaking chat. That's gotta be a pain in the ass to deal with on controller. Just the confirm button constantly opening up the stupid chat menu. Ugh. They probably changed the button so the confirm button wouldn't go to chat menu sometimes. What? I mean, sometimes. Where the hell did you go, dude? Oh, all the way over there. I like fly over all this. Really don't want to fly along that little path over there. Good news is I can. Cool. Alright. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray, find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measurements. Yes, dude. Can we please get on with this? This is just clearly padding the quest. Yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th astral era. Did the presence of a primal account for the difference? Was there something else? Something else? Something else. Scion, come here! I need him! I need you! Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived. It's a dead Crystal Braves member. What the hell? There you are, Syphuin. Bor and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Gutted like a hog. Not by one, no. These wounds were made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard nothing of any Crystal Braves operations in this area. What cause has Wilred to come here? What should we do? We'll see to the scholar's protection, Syphuin. Aye, and the boy's remains. You should return to the Rising Stones. The intestine will want to know what happened here. And so do I. Ooh. So the Scions found a... found a Crystal Brave dead. I like the Crystal Braves are like a separate section of the Scions. At least that's what I believe they're promoting themselves as. Like the Crystal Braves are supposed to be like a more involved with things, and the Scions are supposed to specifically deal with primal threats. At least that's to my understanding. It might not be completely true though. I don't know. They didn't really explain that well. I go back to Mordona, explain the bad news. The bad news. Alright, I actually remember you finding that body, but I didn't remember specifically how. And now I remember is just helping out with that. So this was actually part of the main story. Unfortunately, the Totoro stuff is literally freaking filler. Unfortunately. I do know that. And honestly, they could have gutted that part and not let you wouldn't lose anything. Ugh. Syphuin, you are returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Wilred dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alphino at once. We will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this, and why? It's the traitor in our midst. But who is it? Already knew there was a traitor, but to push things so far, maybe Wilred found something. Huh. Sorry, something just caught my attention. Apparently there's something happening in the chat. That I just literally now noticed. Alright, so where do I gotta go again? Got to go over here. Oh yeah, so if you're wondering about the data center travel stuff, the way to tell if somebody traveled data centers is they'll have Traveler next to their name. If they have Wanderer next to their name, that just means they're visiting a different world and not specifically the data center. Not specifically they're from a different data center is more like it. Oh, you're downstairs. It's like, Tataru, I could have taught you. I'm an Arcanist too. Although now I'm a summoner / scholar, but I still know Arcanimo stuff. I could have taught you. Syphuin! What are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru Taru, shall become a great and powerful Arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thurbergeim's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Until we meet again. Alright. Ah, if it isn't Syphuin, what brings you to the guild? So you are acquainted with our newest member. An Arcanist of your experience must see that her potential is somewhat lacking. Nevertheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. Doubtless you recall receiving similar training under Lihia's supervision. A thought occurs to me. Why not oversee Tataru's training yourself? Given your relationship with the girl and your familiarity with the task, I think you the ideal choice. You need only head to the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate, as before, and observe at a distance. Oh, that's neat. You get different dialogue depending on if you chose the Arcanist route. Shit, where's the stupid crystal? It's right here. Zephyr Gate. Oh, I didn't clear that with my hunting log. And I change that real quick. Bye. Oops, I accidentally physical myself. Adra seized a pirate's port, where she met her shining jewel to bring the smuggler's plan to naught. Came the last one could fool. Beat him with the back draft. Got him with the... What? What a gust? What are you singing? Deck him with a down burst. Go, Carbo, go. Okay. Oh, are those crates I spy? Ha, this must be the true test. Now we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Carbuncle? Your Carbuncle just left you. Okay. Uh-oh. Ah! Come on, Carbuncle! Alright. I should have known you'd come, Syphuin. Oops. You didn't say a word. Your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle, left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. And I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I'll inform Mistress Stubergheim of my intentions to withdraw from the guild. Arc Anima, like so much else, is beyond me. Ooh, there's another one. Kill the Boo-Boo! Kill it with fire! I need to kill one more. Damn it. There's one in the distance. I will get it! Come here, my prey. I absorb your energy! And use it to power up myself! And now that's done. Alright. Gotta go back to the Arcanist Guild and see Tutter withdraw from it. Because this plot point was pointless. Oh, back so soon? How fared our fledgling Arcanist? Abysmally, Mistress Thubergheim. Abysmally, as Syphuin will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist, wrong as usual. I am completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Daughter, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skills with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arc Anima. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable, good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? You're too kind, Mistress Thubergine. I could not overcome this challenge. I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little while, a little longer. Wonderful! Then to Costa del Sol we will go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. What? Why are we going to Costa del Sol? Alright. Yes! This is it! This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There's a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore. One which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures. Since I fared rather poorly in battle last time. Let us be off. Oh, there you are. What fortune! I've already found one! Would you be so kind to keep watch while I work? This should only take a moment. I'm literally doing the same damn thing as, Alright then. Wait, what a... Holy shit! This is a sea serpent! Take Ruin 4! Oh god! AoE! I don't think it's a good idea to look for those clams or those pearls or whatever you're looking for. Eh. Wait, what? Excuse me? Game? I was still fighting! What, you want me to just stand aside the AoE and get hit? Is that what you want? That's so dumb! Fine, I'll stand in it and get hit, it's fine. That's what you want me to do. Fucking turned around and leave. Alright. Just ruin him. There we go! Stupid fucking proximity programming bullshit. Why'd they make this proximity so damn small if they're gonna give it a huge ass AoE? That doesn't make any sense. Ugh. Well fought, Syphuin, well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. Bloody pearls? So named for their reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep Flamin waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. We're to secure provisions for the Scions in the Limousin markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to the antecedent, and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Syphuin, and thank you for everything. It sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Thank you for everything. The hell was that? What? Oh, I don't really like this storyline because it just says that it's pretty much telling you that it's like everybody has their stuff they're good at, so you shouldn't even try. It's pretty much what I get out of it, which is so it's total bullshit. And a lot of Japanese media does that shit, and I fucking hate it because it's so untrue. Alright, well, I'm done with that excursion. Welcome home, Syphuin. I gather you found Tataru and Limsa. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure. While it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention, and so I appreciate your indulging my request. That's what I do for everybody, apparently. It was this quest specifically that you can't do before you do the Crystal Tower. The recent events weigh heavily on our minds. We must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard. The first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Ascians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the Primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation. And our triumphs, remarkable as they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbrita. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is as bitter ashes in my mouth. Would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Totoro and Lamin a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. All right. Off to the big soiree, Syphuin. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lass. Something on your mind? Yeah, about that. About what we found. By the Navigator! Wilred dead? God damn it! They must know they've been rumbled. Sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around, on the quiet like, and sure enough I found it. Seems a fair bit of coin made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of a Dodo consortium. A daft name for a business, if I've ever heard one, which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find a common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Shoulda callin' one of his businesses the bloody bribery consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only knows how many men of the first and third are taking Telegi's coin. But now we know, as some of them are, I'd wager me right eye they're the ones what did for Wilred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. Gods damn me. Gods damn me. So I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hit his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissin' into the wind. Jeez. He's clever than this. So we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that, you have my word. And Syphuin, mind yourself when you're in Ul'dah, eh? We're headed into a storm. I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. All right. Time to head to the banquet. and celebrate after that concerning news. Also, I forgot to change the stream title. It's too late for that, but its stream title's technically not wrong. So I'm just gonna keep it. I'll change it after. I'll change the VOD's name though, just so it won't be confusing. Alright. The Chamber of Rule. Alright then. I hope you got your popcorn ready, because I'm pretty sure this is the event that I'm thinking it is. I've been waiting for you, Syphuin. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you're needed at the quicksand. Oh, never mind. I guess we're delaying that even further? What? We'll go on ahead, Syphuin. Pray join us. Join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momodi, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. Wait. Oh, it's the Adventurers Guild, isn't it? It's like Momodi. Who's Momodi? Yeah. Alright. Oh, it's the Adventurers Guild. Person. It's a receptionist. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Syphuin. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Alienne, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came round for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station, west of the coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to ask your thoughts on a gentleman caller. What? I don't remember this part. Alright. I feel like I remember Wilred from earlier in the MSQ, but it's not coming to mind. Pretty sure he did appear earlier. I think it was like maybe it was one of the Alamegan refugees or something. But I'm not too sure. Can't remember. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to fall by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon but see no sign of Alienne. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Keykern and the buzzing of Sylphids, but no approaching footfalls. Sighing, you bow your head, and you do notice the vial lying at your feet. Syphuin, is that you? What brings you out this way? Lieutenant Alianne? Wait, no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. I pray return in Ulda, Syphuin. If I have a chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Strange, I didn't meet her there. Alright. Well, but I guess I'll report back to Amodi. Just standing on a chair. I reckon you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Alianne. What's the matter? No appetite? So she wasn't there, but this was, Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial, but beyond that, I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Anyway, no use worrying about Alianne. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long. And when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, we've got more important things to think about. Would you believe that, while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems Her Grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chamber. So what are you waiting for? Go on then. Go. Go!
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me. Rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light. I am.
Oh, Emmeric's here.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Ser Aymeric would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
I am currently in the Adventurers Guild right now, for some reason. Alright. Is it the chamber roll? This is where I need to go, right? Lady in waiting. Thank you for coming, madam. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or, if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. On proceeding into the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Proceed to the Sultana's bedchamber? Yes, I will.
Enter. Your Grace, your guest has arrived. Pray, come in and take your ease.
Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words, after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, Now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. 'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go. Your Grace. You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy. You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Reborn, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me? I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide! Men, arrest this viper!
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy, We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the immortal flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her grace's private chambers not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
This woman stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamu ul Namo and is suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh yes, I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Ser Aymeric? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous!
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow Syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Reborn!
Seven hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Ah!
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Reborn. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Ah, there you are.
Thancred! Where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe has thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Nanamo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Now look what you've done.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papalimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Damn.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Sildine? That in, they mentioned that in Hildebrand stuff.
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I had hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance? Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done. Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Ophelia.
Hydaelyn, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Teleji played me for a fool!
I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway. Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard! I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were! Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
And who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Taralpin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Ul'dah. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Ul'dah that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
You get too much on the high horse for it all to crumble down. Them soldiers will keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ul'dah and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fights to come. All right, let's go. Central Thanalan all the way out here. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Syphuin, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Syphuin are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Tarupin, but I... Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly, he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. Tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. I must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monitarists and the Crystal Braves. Kurthus, Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it! With me, everyone! Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monitarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and her allies, no matter what the Monitarists claim. Marshal Tarupin, I know not what to say. Ha! Now that Father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits. Yeah, it's not a good idea to stay in Thanalan with, like, the whole fucking army of soldiers looking for us. Up, up! There's no rest for the righteous! And we made it to Kurthus just fine. We should make for a Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Halshafont. Mayhap he will know what to do. in Kurthus. I think I noticed the snow falling from the little effect of the snow falling from the trees. Oops. Master Alphino told me your tale, Syphuin. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to serve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained in full.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Ser Aymeric is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The falling snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Forton. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Wait, some of our other companions? Got out? Well, that's good news. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Yes. Alphino, Syphuin, is it really you? I'm so happy that you are. I tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Flamin told me to run, so I did. I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached. I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Ah, yes, my mask. It was lost in a struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. We told him what had happened. He used his magics to weave a glamour around their waking sands. From the inside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come. No one else did. My people are searching for the other Scions as we speak. We have met with no success as yet. I'd hope that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we yet have cause to hope, do we not? The two of you escaped. It is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor.
"'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh yes, I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. It was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alphino.
So, Master Alphino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
And that's it. That's Realm Reborn. Realm Reborn's done. Nothing to really go back to except for that plus quest I started that I didn't finish. And job quests and all that, but story, MSQ, we're done. Pretty bitter ending, huh? I can't imagine playing this back in the day, man. Like, getting that ending and be like, just left with that cliffhanger. Just gotta get you hyped up for, like, next, like, what's gonna happen next and all that. Alright, I have to skip this because I'm not getting copywritten. And we already seen the credits, too, earlier.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Umbralis is no more. The Ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then. The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will, they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. We sold up by Arianji?
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
Oh, shut your pie hole.
Illusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
Preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journey north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heavensward. Alright. And with that achievement, we are moving right into Heavensward! We're in Heavensward now! And with that, yeah, you know what? It's been longer. Well, not long. It's about as much as I thought it would take. I think I'm gonna call it here. And in the next session, we're going to be starting the Heavensward expansion. So that'll be a bit exciting to deal with. Or actually, you know what? I need to prep. I need to do some prep beforehand because I don't want to be summoner through Heavensward, and I do want to do a significant stream through Heavensward, so we're actually going to go a little bit longer. So we're going to do coming to Ishgard.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
Lord Orchiffon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man, and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy, There, we shall begin anew.
Here, here!
So, as you notice, there are new voice actors now. And that's going to be a constant. These new voice actors are the ones that are going to be staying, for the most part. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the Gates of Judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Till then. All right. To Ishgard! Our literal only sanctuary right now. All right. Rules of House 4, Tom. Ah, yes, you may pass.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Halone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and her companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
Memoirs of Count Edmond de Forton, Heavensward. Got that title drop! Alright, well, first things first, I see. The etheric. Etheric? What the hell am I saying? The aetherite needs to be attuned. And this is where. Well, actually, I'm not gonna proceed with the story more, but I want to make sure beforehand. I'm gonna start the story next, more of the story next time. Oops. Yeah. Alright. Yep. Alright, this is where I'm gonna end it then. Alright, guys. Well, we're done with Reborn. Now we're on to one of the critically acclaimed Heavensward expansion. Ah, dang it. I hit my head on the mic. Anyways, you guys have a nice manga reading, anime watching, game playing rest of your night. Or you can go to sleep. It's like 1 a.m. my time. Anyways, see you guys. Until then.